This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so in last class we have seen the NFR and the test plan, right? So now you know the scripting is completely the hands-on, right? So I'll tell scripting after installations, the JMeter and the Java. Okay, so let's see the executions and analysis and the report what we will see. Okay, so if you take the test result analysis, okay, so what we will see, you already know the terminologies like 90 I mean hits per second, throughput and everything, right? But still we have few more KPI. So KPI means there is key performance indicator. Okay, in test results you used to check those KPIs like transaction response time, 90 percentile, and the throughput, hits per second, and CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization. So these are the KPIs we need to test in, I mean, we need to analyze in test results. So after analyzing, we will identify the bottlenecks. Okay, if all things are fine, then we will send us sign off to the team, correct? So this is what we will do in test result analysis. Then we'll talk about JMeter now. Okay, I'll show you the report later. Okay, so if you take us a JMeter, so you know the basics of everything, right? So why we need a performance testing, what's a performance testing, and the different life cycles. In the life cycles we have seen, and like in NFR test plan, what we are going to see in test results. So we'll see in JMeter how we can do it the scripting. Okay, so for JMeter, right, what you need, so basically JMeter is an open source performance testing tool. Okay, so we used to measure and analyze the performance of the applications. Okay, so why we need a JMeter? So we need to measure and analyze the performance of the applications. Okay, so in JMeter I'll tell you the features. Okay, then you will get it. Okay, so basically if you take us JMeter, okay, the JMeter, we have different features. Why we need a JMeter means basically JMeter is the open source, so we don't need any license like a LoadRunner. For running a users, for LoadRunner we have only 50 users free, right? But in JMeter it's open source license. We can run n number of users, right? But if we want to run any user, definitely that system have that much capacity to run the test, correct? And second thing is user friendly GUI. User friendly means you can view, you can run, you can enhance your script, so it will be user friendly. The graphical user will be user friendly. Okay, the multiple protocol support means nowadays we have a different protocol, right? Like web applications we are using HTTP protocol, we have a symbol protocol, we have a web services, we have a JDBC. So we have different protocols. So JMeter will support all the protocols. Symbol will not support, but it will support most of the multiple protocols. Okay, then platform independent means you can run in Mac, you can also run in Windows, or you can run in Linux. So it will be platform independent and it's easily installed. So you can download JMeter from online and you can install it very easily. It's a simple step. Okay, you can download and you can extract and we can use it. Okay, then multi-threading framework. Here the thread it's talking about users. Okay, in a JMeter when you say thread means user. Okay, how many threads we are running means like how many users we are running, so it will support multiple users. So thread nothing but users, and is also used for distribute testing means we can inject the multiple load generated to test it. Okay, we will see the detailed in later what's the distribute testing is. As of now, just understand what's the JMeter supports. Okay, distribute testing means you can use multiple LG to run the JMeter test. Okay, for example, one machines have 50 users, the other machines have 50 users, so you can run it in two different machines with master and slave concept. Okay, we will see later. Okay, as of now, just understand the basics. Okay, then test result visualization and reporting. So whenever you are running, you can see the request response, what's the average, what's the minimum, what's a 90 percentile, so everything you can see in visualization. Okay, and also the test reporting means you will get some HTML report. In report you can see whatever I mentioned, right? The 90 percentile hits, so those informations we can see it in test report. Okay, so this is the JMeter thing. Okay, and when how JMeter works. Okay, you need to know now how JMeter works. Okay, I'll tell you. Next one, actually currently my PPT is not working, so I'm just taking everything in document. Okay, just try to understand and stop me if you have any queries. Okay, so basically JMeter will act as proxy. Okay, so what JMeter will do, it will capture all the requests and it will send those requests to the server. Okay, instead of UI, JMeter will act as a proxy and JMeter will record and replay. Okay, so how it will work means, so let's consider JMeter we are using, right? JMeter will capture all the request. Okay, so what happened once it captured, right, it will send request to the server, so server will respond. So what JMeter will capture all the response. Okay, once it capture the response, okay, JMeter gather all the data to the statistical informations means. Okay, so you know the basics, right? We are sending some request to the server, server is responding response to the client, correct? So here what happened, JMeter acts as a proxy. JMeter will send a request to the server will respond back, and JMeter capture all the response. Getting my point? So here JMeter is acting as a proxy. Any doubt? Any doubts? Okay, so you know JMeter now how it's working. Okay, so if you want to download a JMeter, okay, I will tell you how you can download it. You just try and let me know if you are facing any issues. Okay, it's very simple things. Okay, let me share another screen. Okay, so just go with apache.jmeter. Okay, in apache.jmeter, just if you scroll down. Okay, okay, so go to Apache JMeter and the download section. If you scroll down, you can see some like boundaries, source and everything. Okay, just download the binaries one, this one. Okay, download the binaries one, not the source one. Download the binaries, let it download. If you want to go, so basically the currently the latest version is 5.6.2. Suppose if you want to go the old version means, just go to archive. In archive you can see the previous version, right? sorry. So you can get these previous versions. Okay, just go with the latest version. Suppose if you are working in project, okay, if you are working in project, don't download from Google. Okay, ask the team. Okay, maybe they will install in some LGs. Okay, it's normal installations. Okay, but if you want any specific versions or you want to install, because in most of the project they will block the websites, right? So you need the firewall works, right? So you need some permissions to install it, right? So instead of that, try to get the software from the team. Clear? So install those binaries. So when you will open, I'll tell you how it looks like. Okay, just install, please try to install JMeter, then let me know. Okay, if you want you can parallelly do, or you can do, and let me know if you're facing any issues. Okay, I'll show it later. Okay, how it looks like and everything. Okay, so once you install, you will see some like a beans, docs, extra, slip, the license and printable like this. Okay, I think you'll not see the screen, I think so. Okay, like this. Okay, you will get different folders. Okay, just install as I have already installed. Just try to install. How you can install from apache.jmeter, you can download the boundaries, and after you extract it, you can see this type of folders. Okay, this is how you can see the JMeter installations. Okay, it's very easy and simple steps. Just you have to unzip the downloaded file. Once unzip, you can look this structure. Clear? I'll tell you next. Once we start the practice, right, I will tell you how you can launch the JMeter. So far you clear, right? So what's a JMeter and everything? Any doubts? So without knowing the basis of JMeter, I don't want to start the lab section quickly. So just understand the basis. Clear?
So to download
Okay.
JMeter, you need some jar files, right?
Sorry, jar files.
The
So,
Java files or
sorry, I
jar
missed
files?
your question. Jar file in the sense?
Do we need any do you have any prerequisites to download JMeter or
Yes,
work
yes,
on
yes,
JMeter?
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. We have prerequisite. That's why I just install the JMeter. Then I'll tell you how to open it. So far, clear, right? Just you are downloading it, and you will see. I'm just trying to show you the folder how it looks like. Okay. After downloading, just extract it and let me know. Okay. If anyone is trying, just extract it. Okay. So I will show you how it looks like. Okay. Because at the time I'm trying. Okay. Okay. So what happened? So you are just download the apache.jmeter, right? So when you double click, okay, when you double click just for extract, okay, just in Windows you will right click and you will do an extract all, correct? Just double click. So you can see the structure, whatever I said, like lib, bin, and everything. Okay, so you can see this structure, but still you need some prerequisite. Okay, just for installing the JMeter, that's it. So the prerequisite means you need Java should be installed in your machine. Java. Next, what you need? Java. So install the JDK. Okay, if anyone wants to share your screen, let me. I can guide you, or I will tell you tomorrow once I get an Windows machine. Right, I'll tell you how to do it in Java setup. Okay, you just download a JDK. Okay, and you have to set it in environment variable. Clear? just understand the basics, then I'll show you later, okay, how you can set up the environment variable and everything. Okay, so only the prerequisite is Java, that's it. Okay, but main thing, the Java version should be 8 above. Okay, 8 plus, you should not lower than that. Okay, just install 8 plus. Clear? Any doubts? Okay, so you will see the structure. So you need a JDK should be installed, but the JDK version should be 8 plus, because when you install itself, you can see it requires Java 8 plus. Okay, so how you install? Let me tell later. Okay, because it's I'm using Mac, right? So you'll get confused. So you have to set it in the environment variable. I'll tell you. Okay, once I get a Windows machine, I'll tell you. Okay, then so you downloaded and you installed and everything like a Java as well as a JMeter, correct? So how it looks like once you install, how it looks like, I'll tell you. I'm just sharing the JMeter screen. Okay, I'll share an entire screen. Okay, okay, yeah, I'll share the link. Okay, sometime. So how you can open? See here, by written it mentioned requires Java 8 plus. So you need Java 8 plus should be installed in your local machine. Okay, okay, then fine. How to open? I'm using Mac. I'm just opening item. I'll tell you later how to open in Windows machine. Okay, I have installed JMeter this my locations. Okay, so I changed my directory. Okay, I'm navigate till bin. Then I'm opening JMeter.jmeter file. I'll show you how to it looks like. Okay, I'll explain few bits, and in Windows also we will see. Okay, I'm just navigate till bin. In bin we can see .jmeter file. Okay, I'll tell you how to open in Windows as well later point. Okay, once you open this, see what pop-up will come like a Apache JMeter. Okay, let it open. Okay, so this is the screen. Okay, it's my screen visible, right? Oh, I hope it's yes. Okay, so you can see the test plan. Okay, so this is a JMeter screen. Currently I am having 5.4.3. Okay, current latest version is 5.6. Okay, just know with the latest version. It's an interview questions. What's the latest version in JMeter and which version you are using? Okay, just know about the version number. Okay, so first thing is test plan. Okay, I said there are certain templates, right? So there is test plan. So test plan is nothing but it's a test case. Okay, so here in a test plan there will be a sequence of steps. Okay, there will be a sequence of steps which we are going to execute, correct? So test plan is the start. Then next is thread group. Okay, next is, I'm just right clicking it. Okay, I'm just explaining the elements, that's it. Okay, but we'll see the later how we can create a template. Okay, without knowing the template you can't start it, right? That's why I'm just explaining the template first. Okay, right click, add in a thread groups. So under a test plan there will be thread group. So when I'm talking about a thread is nothing but user. See here the number of threads, users, right? So thread means in a JMeter is nothing but users. Clear? So thread group means is a collections of threads. Okay, it's a collections of thread. Each thread represent one user, correct? Using the applications under test. Okay, thread group clear, right? So what it will control? Okay, so here you are seeing multiple things. Okay, when we do an executions I'll tell you what are the settings you have to select and how you can run it. Okay, so in a thread group, for example, if you want to run 100 users, okay, what happened? 100 user will send the request to the server. Clear? Any doubt? So thread group means the collections of thread. You can give the thread count, and you can whatever number you are giving, number in the sense whatever user count you are giving, it will send those requests to the server. Clear? So under the thread group there is a sampler. So there are, I said there are multiple protocols, right? So JMeter supports these many things. Okay, JMeter supports these many samplers. Okay, so normally we are taking it as HTTP request. Okay, other protocols also we'll see. Whenever we are talking about web service and JDBC, I'll choose a different protocol. As of now, we just focus on HTTP request. Okay. So thread group means the collections of thread. Here we are selecting a sampler. So how thread group will know which type of request we are sending to the server. So we are sending some request to the server, correct? Don't get confused. We are sending some request to the server based on the user. Which request we are going to send? What type of request you are going to send? That is HTTP request. Clear? Any doubts in thread group and the samplers? So this is the basic things. Okay, so you should know this template first. Okay, and you should know, right click, add. There is a listener. Okay, there is a listener like a view results tree. There are multiple listener, I'll tell you later. Okay, when you installed and open it, you will not see all the listener. We have to install certain plugins to see the multiple things. That and all I'll cover later. Okay, as of now just know the basics, then only you will understand when we start the scripting. Okay, so there is view results tree. View results tree means here you can see the results. Okay, how the request is going, how the response we are getting, those informations you can see it in listener. Okay, test plan, thread group. Under the thread group we have a multiple request. The request, we whatever request we are sending to the server, based on that we can choose those sampler. And the listener is nothing but how you want to see the results. Any doubt? So this is how JMeter looks like. So we have a multiple options. Whenever we are start scripting and whenever we are recording it, I'll tell you and I'll cover the options and an elements. Okay, so here this is one element, this is one element, this is one element. So here we call everything as an element. Okay, so in LoadRunner, if you want to write any functions or you want to record something, there is an actions. Okay, there is an actions like user init action and user end, but here everything is an element. Okay, there you can see at action, here you can do it in elements. If you want to write the functions, there is an inbuilt function in JMeter. The same way in LoadRunner we also have an inbuilt functions, but to write the function there is a certain syntax. So you have to write the certain syntax in LoadRunner, but in JMeter you can pick the element and simply you can choose the functions and you can start doing it. So far any doubts? I will tell you in Windows how to install a Java, okay, how you can open a JMeter in Windows. So Mac, ah, because in bin only you can see it, right? Even in Windows also in bin only JMeter have. So I'm just navigated till bin and open a JMeter file. Any doubts? So this is a non-GUI mode, right? I am just opening in non-graphical interface mode to see in GUI, correct? Very important point, whenever you are running, whenever you are testing something, don't run in GUI mode. Just run in non-GUI mode. Means here you have to run it in here. I'll tell you later, okay? When we are talking about an execution, that time we'll see. But don't run bigger users in a GUI mode. The GUI mode and for smaller user, it just for script enhancement and to run the smaller user. Clear? So any doubts?
So what is the issue like if we run in GUI mode?
Okay, so you can run it, okay? Just think about if you're running for 500 users or 600 users, it will get hang, right? So you are not able to access other things, right? So if you're running in non-GUI mode, in backend it will be run anyway. It will do the same thing, but it will not get hang. It will not take much CPU utilization, right? That's why just don't do it in GUI mode.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt? So listener, one more interview questions. I just said the listener means to show the result, correct? So in a listener, we can see the different format. Okay, how many format we can see? I'll show it later because listener will come and when we are execute something, right? But for interview purpose, I'm telling in listener you can view your result in different format. How many format? In four format: tree, table, graph, log. Okay, these many formats, four, totally four: tree, table, graph and log. So these many formats you can see your results in listener. Clear? Okay, so tomorrow we will install and we will start recording. Okay, but before that, if you get a time, just install the JMeter. If you're not knowing about a Java setup, I'll guide you. No worries. Tomorrow we'll see. Okay, today we'll see one more thing: test reporting, right? I said test analyzing. Analyze, we have seen like 90 percentile and everything, right? The final thing is test reporting. The life cycle final stage is test reporting. That is very important. So we saw NFR, so we know the test plan. So scripting we are going to see, so you know how it looks like. Then I'll show you an executions later point whenever we are going for practice, right? That time we'll see. So the final thing is reporting, right? The reporting. So you know test executions, I said you have to measure the KPIs and you have to analyze it. So once you analyze, the final thing is test report and sign off. I'll tell you what you have to do in test reporting and sign off. Okay, if you want you can note it down. Okay, it's very important thing because it's a final thing, right? So what you have to do in test reporting, so you will identify everything, right? You will understand 90 percentile. I'll tell, explain you 90 percentile and everything, how the graphs is look like in later point. Okay, as of now, you know the terminologies, correct? So what is that? Everything, correct? So when you get a sign off, you will understand everything and just check whether it's completely within defined SLA or not. right? You will check everything. Yes, this particular transaction is under the SLA. Yes, this server capacity is under the SLA. Yes, so you will identify everything, the RAG status. Okay, RAG status means, I'll write it down. So what you will send, okay? So RAG, okay? Red, amber, green. So what status it is? Okay, if it is in red status or amber or green, I'll tell you how you can choose the green or amber or red. Okay, so totally you have 10 transactions. Let's assume you have a 10 transactions. All transactions are in good status. Fine. Even everything is an under the SLA like CPU, memory, the other server metrics. Fine. So you will give green. So out of 10, 1 it breaches an SLA, okay? But the SLA time is 1.5 seconds, but you are getting 1.6 seconds. Just check with the team. Okay, for 2 runs or 3 runs, always you are getting 1.6, then fine, well and good, okay? But for one test, you are getting 1.6, another test is getting 3, another test is getting 5. So it's not considered, it's not met the SLA of 1.5 seconds, right? Check with the team whether you can raise the defect. Anyway, we have to raise the defect, but the defect can be retested in this release, or we can carry forward in next release. We can give these applications for go live or not. Okay, just maintain those document. Okay, whether you can put it in amber or okay, amber with go status or green with go status. Okay, red means, so whenever you are seeing more deviations, then give red status. Okay, then put it the defect summary. If you raised any defect, anyway you will retest it everything, right? Just mention those defect and what's the root cause, everything mentioned in test reporting. And next thing is risk or any mitigations plan. So risk, I'm just talking about, always maintain one document when you are working in project. Okay, the document means for sometimes the applications will be down, correct? For defect retest or something, they will fine tune the applications, or because of some crash, they will find uh, they will scale down the applications, right? Just maintain, okay, because of these applications down, my scripting needs some efforts. I mean, it takes some time. My reporting, it takes time, my executions takes time. So maintain one document. And apart from that, if you faced any challenge, though, maintain everything in risk. Okay, clear? And review with your peer review. Okay, internally you just review with the team. Okay, this document is fine or not, the like same as test plan. Okay, everything is fine, then you can publish to the stakeholders, and you can discuss the next step, and you can get the approvals and sign off, and you can close the project. Clear? So this is the last place whether you can decide, you can give go or non go to the applications. So how you are giving go and non go? Based on this track status. Okay, you have to be communicate with the stakeholders. Okay, this is what we understood when we do the scripting and then executions, and these executions are within an SLA. Okay, we are fine with go. Even if you have multiple defects, whether they are going to test in this release, or we can carry forward with the next release or not. Okay, but because some people what they will do, okay, the go live date is very near, they don't want to postpone. Okay, so whatever functionality is working, they will move to the productions, and the remaining functionality they will test it in next release. Okay, discuss with the team. Okay, and always raise the defect. So any doubt in testing life cycle? Okay, testing life cycle is important because based on life cycle only we are doing the performance testing.
So is the result analysis easy from JMeter? I mean, can we export the report to Excel or any other format?
Yes, it's easy. I will tell you how you can get those report in non-GUI mode. Okay, in non-GUI mode, there is a command. Okay, to get the
Mm-hmm.
HTML report. Okay, you can get it
Okay.
easily. But when you are sharing to the client, right? In real project, you won't share all the information. Correct. So
Yes, yes,
that
that's right.
so just cut copy paste. Okay, so whatever information you
Okay.
want, so
Mm-hmm.
whatever template they are following in your project, okay, just
Yeah.
share those only informations. But yes, we can get the HTML report in JMeter, but JMeter extension is JTL. Okay, just
Mm-hmm.
always in execution part I'll tell you. Okay, always give the extension is JTL. Okay, because JTL supports all listener. If you're giving only CSV format or
Mm-hmm.
something Excel format, when you are opening those results in another listener, it will not support. Okay, to view the report. So give in JTL format and view the results in any other format.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay. So even like when we parameterize the data, so uh,
Sorry?
usually like even when we parameterize the data wise,
Mhm.
like in
Yeah.
other tools, like we give CSV, right? Dot CSV. I mean,
Yes. Yeah,
usually
yeah.
but parameterize.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
voice
go
is
ahead. You go
no, no,
ahead.
no. No, no, no. You complete it. Sorry, actually, your voice is little lagging. You complete it first, then I'll
Okay.
start.
So parameterization, like we can use CSV, right? In JMeter, import
Yes,
a
yes,
CSV file and use it for data.
correct.
Okay.
Parameterizations to import to feed the test data. Use the CSV. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just talking about the to view the report. To view the report. So whenever you are attaching something, view a JTL, because when you are running in non-GUI mode, you will give which path you want to write the file, right? So that
Yeah.
time you give JTL extension, because the JTL extension support all the listener. So that
Okay.
point use the JTL extension. Clear?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So any other doubts? Okay. Okay. Then we'll talk about, so what's the next thing? So this one I'll tell you. Okay. The later the recording and everything. Okay. And one more thing you have to understand, um, before scripting, right? What happened? Pradeep also left. Okay. I'll share. Okay. Let's take this. Okay. Okay. So you are seeing my screen, right? The jmeter.apache. So you have to open a developer tool. Okay. How to open a developer tool? I'll tell you. Just click function F12. Okay. Or just right click. So some people will go. Sorry.
Looks like
Or
I'm the only one who's there in the call right now.
yes, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
You are the only one. Yeah. So we'll continue. Let them watch. They will watch the recording. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how to open a developer tool. How open a developer tool means just open a F12 function F12. It will pop up on window. Okay. Just go to the network. Okay. Go to network here. Here, just clear everything. Okay. Before launch everything. Okay. Just open one fresh browser. Just click on F12. and select the preserve log. Okay, I'll tell you what's the use of selecting preserve log and non-selecting preserve log. Okay, just understand how the tool works, okay, the manually, then you will get it easily. Okay, so because when you fixing the script, it will help. Okay, for experienced people, right, to fix the script you can easily get manually, you no need to record again and you have to fix the script. Okay, so it will be very easy, just understand manually. Okay, if you select the preserve log, for example, I'm just clicking overview. Okay, see how many requests we have, 6 requests, correct, from index to front awesome web font. So when I'm clicking something distribute testing or something
So
app,
Priyanka, like I'm seeing like JMeter download screen right now. I don't see your other screen. Are you sharing something else?
which is okay, you are not seeing my developer tool, right?
No, no, I'm not seeing your developer. I
Okay,
just
okay.
see
Okay, then I'll
JMeter.
stop sharing and start it again. I'm not sure.
Now it's visible.
Okay, okay. So when you open browser, right? So before launching anything, just open a developer tool with the help of function F12. Okay. Now you have seen networks screen. Are you seeing my network screen? Elements, console, source, network.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So other way you can inspect it and you can do it in network. Okay. Just open this, and when you launch something like google.com, okay, so we have multiple requests, right, from Google till something m equal to wt or something, right? So these many requests is happening, these many requests is hits to the server. So these many requests we have, correct, so these many requests only for launching google.com, correct. So final is m equal to w6. Okay, when I'm clicking Google search again, after m equal to w6, there are two more, three more, or something. Still it's loading. So whenever I'm clicking something, you are seeing some request, correct? So
Yes.
if you deselect the preserve log, I'm just clearing everything with the help of clear network. Okay, this symbol clearing after red symbol, right? The stop recording, you can see clear network. Just clear it. So if you see Google search, uh, for example, again I did search. Okay, you are seeing something, these many requests. So when I'm clicking Google search, maybe like I'm just typing test plan. Okay, see this will be override. So whatever page you are clicking, it will override. So for example, search to Gen 24. When I'm clicking this one, see whatever button I'm clicking, you are seeing the request for only those action. Getting my point? For
Yes.
example, this is a previous request, right? So whenever I'm clicking this topic, so the request will go override. So this is an use of preserve log. Okay, if you select it, it will add whatever activities you are doing. It will add. If you deselect it, it will override. So just understand this basics, because why I'm telling this means, when you have started fixing the script, the
Mm-hmm.
particular place, maybe the net, this next topic is failing means, you can simply, okay, you can do this steps. Okay, for example, you can do these steps. Maybe you can compare these requests with your JMeter. Okay, for example,
Yes.
these many requests we have, but in your tool, maybe one of the request is mismatching. So you can easily find out. You can no need to re-record again. So you can simply check and you can report to the dev team. Okay, if one of the request is changing, your script will fail. So
Yeah.
very important thing in performance testing, you need a dedicated environment and it should be stable. They should not touch the request till your fixing is complete. So if you want to fine tune, They will fine tune the application, and if the scripting needs reefforts, definitely Be- because of the changes you have to do. Correct?
Mhm. Yeah.
Getting right?
Yes.
So, but still, I'll tell you the payload, review, and response and everything. But as of now, just know this basic level. Okay. So far,
Yeah.
clear now?
Yes. Yes. So
So,
Priyanka, like I am like a I'm a resource manager. Like I
okay.
manage performance test team. So
Mm-hmm.
I worked on LoadRunner long back, and currently like we use NeoLoad. So I know this process.
Okay.
Only thing is like we are thinking of introducing JMeter, and that's the reason why I joined this course. I mean to see like um, I just want to do some POC since it's the
Okay.
beginning of the
Okay.
year. Because it's an open source tool, like for cost cutting, like we are thinking of starting with
Mm.
JMeter.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm US based, so it is very hard for me to attend these sessions. I already paid for this session, but like mostly I will go through the recordings. Um, because it's 9:30 a.m. EST, right? Most of the times I do have meetings during that
Yeah.
time. It's the busiest
Mm.
time of the day.
Mm.
Only thing is, I already mentioned to Kumar saying that, is there a way I could reach out to you directly, like after going through the recordings, if I have any questions or anything like that?
Sure, sure. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure, like, yesterday I was asking, is there separate group for this? And
Yes, yes, yes. I have
whenever
seen it.
possible, if you could share your number, that would be great.
Sure, sure, Soundarya. Yeah, I'll share it.
Yeah. I know, like, this is still like kind of demo sessions going on, right?
Correct,
Um,
correct. It's still kind
yeah.
of demonstration. Yeah, yeah, I'll share my number.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do stop recording.
All right.